My name is Eric. I'm making animated faces that you can talk to. And I had a bad session yesterday. There was a strength of my moonlighting regimen that is also a weakness. I like to pick something to do in a session that I can get done in that session because it gives me a little dopamine hit at the end when I get it done. And unlike my regular day job, which has these problems that span multiple days, and the payoff for accomplishing something is few and far between, these sessions, they've got a little payoff right at the end where I win. I get something done that I had envisioned in my mind, and it exists in reality after I'm done making it. Yesterday that did not happen. I started to implement a feature, and at the end of it, it didn't work. At the end of my session, when I had to quit, I had to go make dinner, and it caused me to feel bad for the rest of the evening. That's the dark side of this thing, which gets me animated and makes me move and makes me get stuff done after my day job. Work that expresses who I am and is just a little bit more me than the day job work. The dark side is if I'm not making that progress, it bothers me a lot. It bothers me a lot in like ways that it probably shouldn't bother me, but it's the deal I make with myself. For a little psychological trick that makes me motivated to do things in the evening other than just watch TV. So now in this session, I'm returning to the problem, and I really want to nail it in this session. I'll show you the problem. Okay. So come over here. Here's my face. The head's hair coloring works fine. So I can pick different colors here, and it's going to reapply that color to the hair on the head. Now the eyebrows, they're fakaka. They're just not looking right at all. And I could say that in a much more nuanced way, but they're still broken. I really had thought I'd be able to fix them by the end of the session last night, but no. And I did notice as I began troubleshooting that there are some nuances to the behavior inside of rendering that are a little bit tricky to untangle. Like you have one line coming before another, and it works. You have that same line coming after that line, it doesn't work. That's brittle. Not real happy about that brittleness. It doesn't quite make sense to me yet. So I'm just going to come back to this bug in this session and see if I can fix it. So I figured the way to do that is instead of trying different approaches and seeing what happens, that I just slowly build up the functionality again, even though it was all kind of working before I added this new recoloring feature. I just want to rebuild it back up one piece at a time until I have exactly what I want and I understand why it didn't work before and why it does work with the changes that I'll make. Okay, so if I come and look at this code here, I already commented out one thing just to see what that would affect. Let's see what happens if I just take out anything that is recoloring. Okay, so I just rebuilt that, and this reloaded, and it drew the original bitmap correctly. Let me try some different things. Okay. Okay, so what's the next thing I could be doing here? I think I could recolor the bitmap and not do all the masking logic, but just blit the recolored bitmap over the top. So I'm going to try that next. So for that, let's just get all this mask stuff, and we'll set the overlay bitmap to equal the skin recolored bitmap. So what I'm expecting to happen is it will recolor both the eyebrows and the skin, basically the whole overlay image. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's interesting. So the only thing I changed was boy, this is very strange. The only thing I changed was that I would create a recolored bitmap. I would use the pre-render context to do it. It would be based off the original bitmap. Oh, wait, but there's this stuff down here too. Okay. I'm just trying to narrow down this problem and get to, there we go. I want to get each step of it working correctly before adding another step to it. Okay, so this is what the overlay bitmap looks like after it's been recolored without any masking. So it changed the eyebrow color as well as the skin color on the lid. That is expected behavior with the code I have. Okay. So if I look at this down here, there's something like the pre-render context is not getting cleared. So this operation uses the skin recolor or the pre-render context to perform this recoloring, which will leave the pre-render context with some information in it. So it feels like maybe I ought to be clearing this right after I use it. Which I could do. Here, let's leave that there. And then come down to here. Clear the context there. Or could clear it down below. Maybe right before it's needed. Okay. Let me think through this a little more rigorously. I know there's some garbage left. Not garbage, but like stuff that's no longer needed after I perform this recoloring. It's just there in the pre-render context. Okay, so what about this? I'll go ahead and do the mask on the skin. And before I draw the mask content to the pre-rendered context, I'll clear it out. Down here, this is where I would draw the original bitmap underneath what got blit in the masked way up above. And then get the overlay bitmap from that. Okay, so if this works, that's a big step. Okay, now we're onto something. So now I got rid of the double draw problem, and I have the skin being recolored and masked correctly. So I should be able to do something similar on the other block here, which is the hair recoloring. I think also I want to clear the pre-render context. Clear the pre-render context one more time down here. Wait, do I want to? No, I don't want to. I don't want to clear the pre-render context. Ah, now I get it. Now I get it. That's why. Okay, I have to recolor the bitmaps up above because I need to share this recoloring. Because I have to share this off-screen context with the rest of the code down here. Okay, that is so unintuitive. I better write myself a note. Perform recoloring here instead of below, so that pre-render context can be used to combine skin and hair without being affected by the recoloring use of pre-render context. Okay, that is really, really tricky. I'll do the same thing for eyes. Say there's a pretty strong argument that could be made that it's too tricky and I should be writing my code differently. I get that. I get that. This is a case where there needs to be some optimization, and that optimization is causing a shared resource to need some management over all these lines of code. And I could refactor things such that that kind of careful management of that resource is not needed, but it would also slow down code that already runs slow. Okay. So now we can say take this out. And I can clear the context beneath, as I did on the other side. Do I want to? No, I don't need to clear the context again. Okay. Don't need to clear the context here either. Get rid of this line. I kind of wonder about this. I don't think that's really needed. But I don't want to change it yet. To do keep. So I'll go off on a tangent and break something else, and then, but I want to get this working over here. On the left, this is the code for rendering the head with recoloring of assets. On the right, recoloring for eyes. Okay. So here, what am I doing? I'm saying take the original not recolored bitmap, draw it underneath whatever I've got in the pre-rendered context. So I'll drop the skin into the pre-rendered context here. I'll drop the hair into it here. Let me use a different verb. Blit. Blit. I will blit it. Down here, I say, okay, you've already got the hair and the skin in your pre-render, but draw underneath of it the original bitmap for any other pixels that are there which the skin and hair mask didn't apply to. Then just grab the bitmap from that context, because we're going to need that for future blitz. Now if we didn't do any recoloring, then just say that the overlay bitmap is going to be exactly the original thing that we loaded with no recoloring applied. Then, is this necessary? I kind of feel like I'm going to set a convention here that whatever code makes use of the shared resource of the pre-rendering context, they set it up correctly before they use it, as opposed to cleaning it up to make it be exactly what it was before. I think that's a better convention. Do you wash your hands before or after you go to the restroom? Just pick one. Although that's not the best example to use a metaphor from. Okay, this has a chance of working. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Let's get me some Milhouse eyebrows here. There's my Milhouse eyebrows. Make him as Milhousey as possible. Milhouse has a big nose. Beautiful, beautiful. This is what I want. Okay. So then, the mouth needs this recoloring as well. I just don't have any assets that have any hair in them. But what I could do is just fake something up. before I do that, let's commit all these changes that work great. Quite a victory there for me. Okay, get status. Particularly for something that made me sleep poorly last night. Gave me a bad feeling. It's nice to have it solved within 15 minutes of re-engaging on the problem. Eyebrows can be recolored. All right. Okay. So now, some kind of mustache action. Let's make a stupid looking mustache. Go to Billy Mouth. Okay. Save as Billy Mouth 2 PSD. Okay. Close others. Okay. Step 1. Increase the canvas size. So it's 2 columns now. It needs to be 3 columns. That would be 768. Oh, did it wrong. Top. 768. Here we go. Here we go. Bam. Okay. Step 2. Add a cheesy mustache to all the mouths. It's gonna look terrible, but I don't care. Okay, for this, I want to get my base color in my right here, mid-tone. That is the magic color. So if I color in these parts, the skin, the hair, using this base palette, then all of the transformations that recolor hair will work the same way on different assets. I just have to use the same starting colors, the same base palette, these blues. Okay, so let's do a dumbass mustache. Doesn't have to look good. Just needs to be something that is understandable to me as I implement the feature. Dumbass mustache coming up. Create a new layer. And then we go. Okay. And then let's give it some kind of outline around it. Maybe an inner shadow. Yeah, that's kind of it, but let's see. Yeah, good enough. Okay. Then we'll take this and just duplicate it. Let's say duplicate mustache. Okay, these are all going to be spaced exactly the same way, so it would be nice to just numerically position them. Nah, let's just do it by hand. It won't be that hard. Okay. more do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12 more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Duplicate layers. Bring it down. Let's do 4 more. Alright, I can't help myself. I'm gonna mess with these mustaches just a little bit more. Not a lot more, just a little. I got time. Transform, warp. Yeah, this is the shit right here. Alright, don't be too self-indulgent. Just a little bit, just a few more minutes on this. I mean, you're not going to get good-looking mustaches here. This is not your goal. You don't want to make beautiful mustaches. You just want to demonstrate the feature to yourself to make sure it works. Stop. What do I think I'm doing? Come on. Alright, let's get all these guys. And make one more copy of them. And then add 512 to 37. 549. Okay, remove the stroke element from them. No. Group from layers. No, don't do that. Here, just start with the first one. remove stroke. That's how, yeah, like that. Then copy the layer style and paste it to the rest. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. Cool. That one is looking pretty good. Export. Mouth 2 right there. Replace it. Okay, now then let's open up Billy Mouth original and just give it an empty column for the hair mask, because this one doesn't have any hair, no mustache or goatee or anything. But it still needs to have that space in the sprite sheet for the mask, because the code is going to start expecting that there's 3 columns instead of 2. 7, 6, 8. Okay, save that. File, export, quick export as PNG to Wisp. Public parts. This will be Billy Mouth PNG. And we'll replace. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So in about 5 to 15 minutes, I'll have to hop up and grab some groceries real quick, but then I'll come back after that. All right, so let's go to mouth. And I'll move mouth off to the right pane. So this needs to get skin recolor profile, hair recolor profile. And this will need hair recolor profile. Okay, so then go up to here. Oh. Ooh, I want to be consistent with this. Let's do skin and hair on every one of them. Okay, so this is going to be skin recolor profile, followed by hair recolor profile. Okay. Here I'm also going to create a mask context. Convention I was using earlier was mask context first, then pre-render, then skin recolor, then hair recolor. Going, image devising bitmaps. Okay. Oh, this is okay. I get it. Okay, so this one has to also change. Image devising as well as. Okay. I think just for a moment I need to get this all on one screen instead of doing double pane. Mask, pre-render, skin recolor, hair recolor. Image to mouth bitmap. I heard a sound. It is probably the delivery order being here. Let me check that. That's it. I will be right back. I'll be right back.
Just look away. Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on her
Bad
actions.
look, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other call and see what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone
She's one of those types.
in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on her actions.
Bad look, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other call and see what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone
She's one of those types.
in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on her actions.
Bad look, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other call and see what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone
She's one of those types.
in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on her actions.
Bad look, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
Right.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other call and see what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone
She's one of those types.
in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on her actions.
Bad look, he's upset, but he's always upset.
She's probably fine, but don't draw attention to
I
yourself.
don't care if she's a pusher.
We'll go back to normal. Just wait a
They
bit.
want to ruin it for everyone else.
Send the other call and see what they say.
Okay, you're saying
Hey,
she's too
nobody
pushy.
died.
You should be more
Can we
afraid.
get a beard in here? Why is it that hard? She just wanted people to clear the path.
She pushed someone
She's one of those types.
in the first place. But do we understand?
Hey, just look away.
What a bruise.
Pushing on its own doesn't matter.
Violet, I've pushed people by accident.
Rather we not focus on her actions.
Bad look, he's upset.
Yeah, right.
She's probably fine, but
So here we say const is recoloring equals skin recolor profile not equal null, or skin hair recolor profile not equal null. If either of them is true, all right. And here it could just be one that's being recolored. So I need to set up my variables a little differently. Let's do let recolored skin bitmap. What do I call another one? Skin recolored bitmap. Yeah, let's be consistent. Here we say if skin recolored bitmap let's see let's repeat this little blurb because it was hard for me to understand. It's a little love note to myself for later. Okay, so if set this to whoops. Okay, if skin recolored bitmap, we do this. What did I do here? I drew from mask to pre-render. Okay, that's right. So this needs to be mask. Okay, then draw it to here, but remember to set your context before you do that. Okay. So that covers one of them. Let's do the other one. Feels like I want to clear the mask there. Did I do it here? It's okay because I'm doing a source over. And I believe source over means it doesn't matter what's there, it'll override it. If I'm wrong, I will learn that I'm wrong. Okay, draw. Okay, this is mask, 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 and this is going to be hair mask bitmap. Okay, I'll get that in a second. And after both of those splits are done to the pre-render, destination over, then I perform one more to draw the original bitmap underneath of it, which will get things like the interior of the mouth and the teeth, which are not going to be recolored. Okay, then return the pre. Okay, now I just got to find this. Easy enough. Enough. I am curious about removing this. Let's just try it. I don't think it's needed. In fact, I'm just really pretty friggin' certain it's not needed. Let's see how this does. Okay. So it didn't regress on the normal mouth, which is great. This is all acting as it did previously. Okay, now let's choose the mouth that's got a mustache. Goddamn, that looks stupid. The question is, was it masked correctly? Go to neutral. Something's off. Multiple things are off. For one thing, I've got a part ordering problem. For another thing, I see recoloration happening that doesn't include all the bits of the mustache. Let's go to head. Is there any that are correct? Oh, that's got the skin mask in it. Okay. So it might be that we need to clear the mask here. So clear context. Mask context. Okay. It still looks wrong. Still looks like it's... Oh, you know what I bet I got is... No? Oh, huh? That's mouth. No, no. This is mouth. What did I just change? Oh, this is head. Okay. Yank this out. Okay. Let's see. So I'm just look through this whole thing, looking for anything that doesn't match. Skin, 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 hair, hair, hair. Skin, 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 hair, hair. I'll double check this new variable. Hair, hair. That looks pretty good. I am wondering again about, do I need to clear the context on the mask? So I'm going to try that again. Guy looks like a cop with the mustache. Okay. It's the same problem. Oh, I haven't been building. Have I? That might be it. Am I just not building? Hold on. I think I did, but now I can't remember for 100%. You should reload. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just don't know why I'm not getting a reload. Okay, am I gonna get a reload? Boy, I was for a while. Feels like I'm not now. It might be that there wasn't any change. And that's why I didn't do a reload. So let me make a token change. Or a harmless change. Put this before the other. Okay, yeah, I think it was just there wasn't any real change. So this is probably still not going to work. Yeah, okay. So I need to know if it's this operation up above that's causing that mask to be wrong. I think it is. Another thing I'm noticing is that there is no recoloring that's being performed on the mustache. So if I come down here and say yellow, Okay, well, it doesn't help that I'm not doing the pre-render context to clear that out. So let's do that. Yeah. Okay, so that brought this back. Okay, let's make sure this is still broken because I don't really understand why it would be broken, particularly if I'm clearing the mask context. Okay. Double check this X hair mask thing. No, it looks right. Looks perfectly fine. Okay, what if I remove the skin stuff up here and just do the hair recoloring? Well, does this code affect this code? That's a thing I want to learn. Okay. It does affect it. Does affect it. Okay. So I just, even though it was a shitty, cheap ass mustache, I still like it. This makes me think I want some mustaches in my life. I already do have one, but maybe more. Got the one on my face. So the things. Things that could be affected. Between these two. It's so weird. thing that confuses me is I'm clearing the mask context. So whatever I did up here should be blown away when I call this. Yet it retains memory of something from up here. It seems like all the pixels of the skin mask are still in the mask context. And that makes me think maybe I haven't understood what clear context does, or what clear rect does. All right, let me see. MDN. Yeah, that one. Erases the pixels in a rectangular segment to trans. Yep, that's what I wanted to do. Any caveats or gotchas? This seems just fine. Forward to forgetting about this code and just taking it for granted. I'm close. Close. Alright, here's an idea. What if creating an off-screen context is actually pretty cheap? Because if it was, then this code doesn't have to be this complex. Let's call this hair mask context equals create off-screen context, and it's going to be CX mouth, CY mouth, and then we'll take this out. Doesn't seem to do anything. And we'll call this boom hair mask, mask, hair mask, hair mask, hair mask. Okay. It's at least a good test, because I'll know if it's the shared use of the off-screen context that's causing the issue or not. Still fucked. I'm gonna try splitting this underneath. Say CY mouth. There, I seem to have lost the recoloring altogether. Oh no, I didn't. It's just... it's not visible. I get it, because these become original color pixels. Okay, but it looks like that new positioning that I put it at is not a good spot, so let's do 100. Okay. And ironically, I can't really see the part that would have been affected, so let's make that go up just a little bit. 50. Okay, now I'm getting somewhere. Yeah. So it's this split. Onto the pre-render context. Okay, I think I see what I did wrong. So I said destination over, that means I'm going to draw underneath something that was already there. If I look over here, I kind of don't know why this one works and the other one doesn't. It's because my masks have overlapping values. Is that it? That is it. That is it. I need to subtract my mustache mask from my skin mask in the assets. Okay, that makes much more sense. So come back to the mouth. This code is was probably mostly right before. Let's simplify it. Let's put it back to how it was. Now there is a separate question, how spendy is creating an off-screen context? Because if it's not spendy, I could just create them as needed and not have to share them. And that would be a lot simpler coding, a lot less prone to errors. But one thing at a time. Let's get this back to... So this will be kind of fucked up, but I know how to fix it. Go back to Photoshop. Take all my mustaches. I think I might join them together and make them easier to work with. Ooh, not all of them though. Back up. Okay, if I go like this, those are the ones I want. Group those together, and then group those together. Okay. That's fine. Leave those. Leave those. Now let's hair mask. Okay. So then if I click on that, can I get like a nope? Okay. Merge the group. It's just one raster. Click on that. Now I got a mask. Okay, but the mask is not in the right place yet. Let's duplicate this hair mask. I'm going to use it to mask a mask. 549 minus 256. 549 minus 256 equals 293. Okay, 293. Okay, then click on the hair mask copy to get my mask, Photoshop mask, not the other kind of mask. So my selection here can be used to delete the mustache portion of the skin mask. And that would make it so there we go. Okay, I think this is going to be exactly what I want. Okay, and come back to here. I think it already reloaded. Now we're getting somewhere. Last thing that's bugging me is why did the mouth come on top of the nose? But the mask is working fine. It's even giving me a little bit of joy to see this silly mustache. I do notice a few issues with the mask down here, but that's not a code problem, that's an asset problem, and it's fairly easy to fix. But the part ordering. So if I reload, nothing's changed, and then I bring that goes underneath. If I recolor it, it seems to set the order differently. I thought I had written code to fix that. So let's go to, no, it's not the recoloring that does it, it's replacing the part. Okay. So let me take a look at that. Go to Wisp. You're in Wisp. Okay, recolor util. On hair. No. Part chooser and reactions. Okay. On part changed. Perform disabling operation. Probably right here. No? No. Here. So this code I should go take a look at. Replace component from part URL. Part loader util. Okay. Okay, so I would have thought that this code here would have fixed it. Sort head children in drawing order. But yeah, I don't know now. Okay, so I said copy component properties. Does that set the parent of the next component? It does. Before I dig into debugging this, let's brute force the reordering. Okay. Or just pass ahead. What? What? What do you want? What do you want? So, it's just... This feels like I'm calling it correctly, and maybe it hasn't caught up to compiling the... I don't know. Okay, you're gonna do that for whatever reason. Oh, I bet there's a weird, yeah, this shit here. You could come from here instead. Okay. Oh, didn't need to do that. I could just come over here. No, you're still parented wrong, or ordered wrong, even after that change. So maybe something else happened that caused it to move in front. If I take this guy and change it, that puts you in front where you belong. Oh, but maybe that's wrong. Maybe all it did is just said the last one you changed is what moves to the front. No, this one works. Is it something specific about this mouth? No. That there is the behavior I want. also meditating on, that's the wrong word, meditating. I'm also considering, was it a good decision to put the mustache with the mouth? I think it could be fine, but there's some weirdness depending on how the parts are designed. So if you've got nostrils visible and the mustache hair going behind the nostrils, that doesn't look correct or natural. I could bring it further down like that, would be fine. Anyways, I'll come back to that. Question is, what puts this in front of the nose? Because now it's operating as I would expect it to. So let's back up over to here. Start from scratch. Now you're starting out, you're under. Then I replace you. And you're suddenly on top. I replace you again. You're still on top. Replace you again. You're still on top. Place the nose. Nose is on top. After I've replaced the nose, if I replace the mouth, I think it goes underneath. I'm right. So there's some extra state there. Come back to parts user interactions on part changed. And we could do put this down at the end, just see if that makes any difference. Does not make a difference. Hold on, do fresh reload. Does not make a difference. Okay, so does that mean that this is not sorting the children, or does it mean something else is changing them after the part changed? On part changed. Keep. Something tells me something else is changing it. Mouth part. Okay, let's do console log. Let's see. Head, children, for each child console log. Child. Part type. Alright. Down here, let's see if that changes anything. Alright, we'll just do a requery there. Okay. So these are in correct order. And that means that code that I added has no effect. So the drawing order here is eyes, nose, mouth. The UI will get drawn on top of everything. Okay. Something else is happening there. So what was the thing that got called? It would have been on mouth changed. And I will go ahead and take this out because I believe it's all redundant. Come on. All right. Yeah, eyes, mouth, nose. That is correct. But something is changing the ordering now. So what calls on mouth changed? On replace. What is changing? Boy, it's going to be hard to find what's changing it. Part choose interactions at the top. Okay, that's all fine. That's correct. It's in the right order. Eyes, mouth, nose. Okay. So in faces screen, in the mouth selector, I've got unreplaced mouth. So here I can do my little logging to when we get back to see, are we still good? Are we still good when we get back here? Are we still good? Boom. Looks like it needs one more curly brace. Okay. I'm worried that it's just going to be fine though. Unreplaced mouth. And I guess let's do a console log here too. And we'll do console log. Screen render. Okay. And then for this other one, console log. After mouth replace. Okay. Bam. What? This is so freaking irritating. Okay. If what? Not disabled. Oh, come on. I'm just trying to fucking log some shit. 6:06, I gotta start making dinner. No, not another bug. Halfway finished. Cut error expected, blah, 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 blah. Get head. Maybe I'll go till 6:30. Fuck. So which one is bulking? It's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be that shit there. Let's look at face content. What did I do there? Is head ready? That's the one. Okay. So if the stupid head is ready, now can I just get a console log? Thank you. Okay. Eyes, mouth, nose on the screen render. Aha! Screen render, eyes, nose, mouth. Okay, that much is good. But I'm not seeing anything about. Okay, here's the aftermouth replace. And there is at least one screen render right after the mouth replace where the items are correctly ordered. And we've got even another one after that where it's correctly rendered. And then we've got one where it's not. And what is going on? What extra code is running that causes this additional screen render? Because there'll be like a props change or a use state variable change. I wonder, am I missing in a weight? Could that be what it is? If I go to face, I go look at mouth, I look at load, unload. There's a weight right there. So this will wait before returning the mouth component state. So that's fine. The tricky part here is knowing what caused this extra bit of activity. Like, what was still happening? What was triggered by the mouth replacement, but wasn't done even after the first screen render where things were correct, and caused some extra renders to happen, first correct and then incorrect. What was going on there? So for that, part user interactions. There's this disabling operation. I might look at this. But this whole thing here should just be inside of one await. Okay, I'm looking for things that I call that are asynchronous, but I didn't use a wait on them. So all these are not going to be awaitable. They're not going to be asyncs, async functions. This one is, but it's got an await. Reparent add parts, that's not async. Double check these. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yep. Yeah. There's no weight right there. And non-async. Synchronous. Okay, that's fine. I could look at perform disabling operation. That'll be in core util. That is an async function. Okay. So if that's what's going on, if this is an async operation, let's come back to part choose interactions. Let's try this. Async, and then return. Or I could return a wait. That might even be better. No. So in front, come back to here. Mouth is still in front. Come to eyes. Change those. Okay. Okay, that stays in front. Well, that's interesting. So I replaced the eyes. Did nothing to reorder these guys. I hate to do this. I'm gonna have to come back to this with like a fresh set of eyes. Now, I have like this psychological task, which is maybe more important than my work today. I did succeed in fixing like the color masking stuff. The only thing that remains is another bug that I found on the way. And that's not even a bug that I introduced with the color masking stuff. So I didn't go backwards. It was just a discovered bug. So I'm just going to try to give myself a little permission to leave a bug that I started working on unfinished at the end of the session. It's just not that important. It's not that important. I don't know why I'm such a weird creature about this stuff. It's almost like I've got to go back and meditate on the success that I did have. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's get the victory back. Okay, so this is my guy right here. This is my guy. And he can have, he's got a little bug. He's got a little bug in the mouth. Has nothing to do with recent work. But he can have any color hair I want. It's gonna apply to his eyebrows. It's gonna apply to his crazy ass mustache. I can fix this real quick by just popping this in and out. There we go. Okay. So there's this ridiculous guy. He's ridiculous. Any color hair I want. That's pretty nice. That's sweet. That was like the hardest bit of work done. Boy, he kind of looks like Ron Perlman with that weird fluffy mustache and that short hair up top. Let me find a Ron Perlman picture to match against. Alright, here we go. I'm going to make the closest I can to this Ron Perlman face. So he's got gray hair. He looks irritated a lot of the time. And let's see, what are the proportions of all this stuff? Ron Perlman. He's got a pretty big jaw. His eyes are narrower. Pretty wide nose. Does he have that big a job? Big of a jaw? I mean, that's pretty close, to be honest. Okay, skin color. He's a pink guy. Or at least there he is. So let's give him a pink skin. Alright. There I am. Got my happy back. My fragile happiness. A little dopamine hit. Alright. I'm going to stop the stream right about here. And go make myself and my wife some Swedish meatballs. Thanks for watching. Stopping the stream.